In our world, there's a whole lot of negative news surrounding us, negative information. And it's really important that you can weed out what is fact, what you need to know and be aware of, and what's just out there to bring you down. Because let's be real, a lot of it falls in that category, if you ask me. Like being a part of the National Association, where we give you legal updates every single day from all across the country. We're uploading all sorts of different things that are happening in our industry. We're telling you, how is this going to affect you when a law goes in place in Colorado, but you live in Vermont? Trust and believe it's going to affect you, because if it actually goes in place and it's actually enacted in another state, if and when that rule gets brought up in your area, it's going to be easier for them to implement it if it already got passed somewhere else. So being a member of the REL National Association, where we're not bringing you doom and gloom, but we're definitely showcasing and sharing with you the important things that you need to know when you're in this industry, so that you're not scared, but you're prepared and you can be a member and a part of the good fight. Be one of the good guys who's on the side of justice and on the side of bringing good business practices into our industry. I want you to be able to look at news and say, is this garbage? Is this something that's going to harm me and hurt me and not help me be a better professional and business associate, a daughter, a son, a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, whatever the case may be able to look at some of those things and just say, thanks, but no thanks. And then look at some things that might be scary and might not feel good, but look at it and say, this is important, this is informational, I'm going to store this and I'm going to move forward in a more progressive way, in a way that accomplishes, my goals and my needs in this community and in this industry. So definitely being a member of the REL National Association is one of the best ways to stay on top of legal updates and news, being alerted to different changes within our industry, and then of course just being in a part of the community, being on our Facebook groups and connecting with other people who are in this industry. I literally just heard a terrible story this morning about how a big box facility was giving their residents laundry detergent, I think it was, instead of juice. How could you make that mistake? I mean, for real, that is terrible news. It makes me sick to my stomach. Those people need to be punished. This is not good. Justice for those families and for those seniors. This is absolutely terrible. So things like that, it's like, now, if a rule comes about saying, hey, you need to lock your laundry detergents and your soaps and your medicines in a specific cabinet away from food supply, now we know where and why that rule came from. And is it applicable to everybody? Not people who are paying attention, but stories like that may guide and develop, rules and different things that come from that. Many of you guys know that I was a flight attendant before I worked in the residential assisted living industry. And something I learned in flight attendant training was they said, our industry is not proactive. We are a reactive industry. And we all know that to be true about the airline industry. 9/11 happens and they were cutting, steaks on the plane with big steak knives, and now you don't even get food, right? Unless you're in first class, and is it food up there these days? It's pretty bad. So, they are definitely a reactive industry. And unfortunately, senior housing is also like that. They're not very often proactive. They're very reactive. So paying attention to those stories, and then what comes after, what rules and regulations are implemented after the fact is key. Being alert, being in the know, and being able to sort out what's good, bad, ugly, and what do you need to know to be a better industry leader, be a better business owner.